Welcome to Evilive, the wrong screen. Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, can you ever trust someone who lives in an empty manor? I say no, unless it's Vincent Price, in which case you probably shouldn't, but I
definitely don't, but it's going to be fucking fun until you find out why you shouldn't trust him.
For sure. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because today we are reviewing What We Do in the Shadows, Season 5, Episode 9, A Weekend at Morrigan Manor.
God, this was just so good. so fucking good. And this is the episode that hit everything I was hoping for this season and then some. So
I feel like we've been talking about this. You have correctly assumed why he hasn't turned based on Nandor's
And I was wrong. I was completely fucking wrong.
I thought you said it was because of his bloodline.
But he hadn't drank human blood yet.
Ah, yes.
And that's when he turned into that massive vampire. That's what was the holdout. Like, that's why he didn't, like, just disintegrate or something. But, yeah, god damn it. That just so fucking funny. And so good. And just wrapped everything up so well.
And I love that like, I've been complaining, like, the guide needs to do something. Like, why are they treating her like shit? Why is she not doing anything about it? And now she finally does.
Yeah. God damn it. She killed it. And this is one that if you guys have watched this, but you did not watch through the credits, you missed the entire fucking story.
Mm-hmm.
God, yeah, that was funny. So she, it starts off with her showing up to the place, and she's like, "Hey guys, my art exhibit's tonight. You guys coming? You all RSVP'd." And of course, no one did or is going to because, well, they've got other shit.
Yeah.
And
well,
man,
I mean, I don't know if they have other shit. They just want to make sure other shit is happening so they don't have to go to her shit.
Oh, well, that's the thing. There's always something else they could be doing.
Yeah. And then,
so
they get
funny.
that invitation to this exclusive party that literally no one ever shows up to anyway,
and no one's ever invited to.
Which is very funny. I love how it just showed that one lady just standing there in the empty manor. Exclusive parties, and they're like all chomping at the bit to go to something that no one is there for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fucking
yeah, that was pretty funny. And it's like they even set up like she doesn't invite anybody over. There's never anything. Let's go. This is great.
I love that they would rather sit around reading than go to an art show because it's the guide's art show.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's an art show. Like, I feel like if it was just some nameless somebody, they'd be like, "Ooh, let's go to that."
Oh yeah.
Because it's hers.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Even though it's their pictures, you would think if you're a self-involved, arrogant fucking creature like a vampire, you'd want to see yourself.
And really good. And the funny thing is, she finally is like, "Okay, well, you guys aren't going to come to my art show, so I'm going to bring my art show to you." And they just ignore it. Like, I'm not even going to look at that shit. And then fucking Colin's comment of, "I've never even wore those glasses before." So fucking funny.
His facial hair in this episode is fucking amazing.
It kept getting better and better. Like my wife's like, "Oh, well, you grow hair like that." I was like, "No, I don't. I wish I did. That would be fantastic. I'd be okay shaving a couple of times a day as long as I could have a big bushy mustache."
Yeah. I loved how it continued to grow and change. And
yeah,
it was very fucking, what is it? Oh boy. It's an Agatha Christie detective.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. I know.
Anyway,
exactly
that's who I'm
about.
thinking it is, but it's almost like that, but not quite as flamboyant. But it seems like that's the inspiration for him.
I got there towards the end.
Yeah,
towards the end, it was just a sea hair away from being that.
Love you say sea hair.
Yeah, it's because we're classy, and I'm not going to say cunt on air.
Oh, you just did it. Yeah. So everyone is going off to do their own things in this manner. I love watching Laszlo fence against a dummy. That was amazing. And then when she shows up and she's actually doing some cool shit, I was like, "Oh, they're going to really fight and this is going to be amazing." No, he wants nothing to do with her. So she's like, "Fine." And then we have this great sequence, which if it could have been like in Suspiria or something if it was taken seriously.
Dude, it was like that. Honestly, that was what I saw was the dance scene of the remake. It just kept coming and coming and coming. And even the area felt like the ballroom in the remake of Suspiria. It was, that was so good. And it was so funny, but so fucking well done.
Yeah. And he's just First of all, he's a badass. Errol Flynn has nothing on fucking Laszlo.
I mean,
such a goddamn.
Let's be careful what we say.
Him talking shit throughout the whole thing makes it so much better.
I concede.
Than just flying off chandeliers and shit. Anyway, I thought it was great. And then it just kept getting exponentially bigger and more bad guys against him until he was just like, fuck. Like it's always knows.
That was the best part. Not even like, how am I going to get out of this? Just fuck. And then everybody comes in on him.
Oh, it's so great. And I love the idea that they're slowly one by one. This is very much an Agatha Christie novel. This is House on Haunted Hill. This is literally every single horror film ever that we've ever loved. One person gets disappeared after another until we finally understand what's happening. At any point before the, I think it was the human hunt that I realized she was in charge of this whole thing. Did you realize that before that?
Oh, yeah. I realized it before they left. I mean, I was surprised. The thing was, it was supposed to be like, Paradita, like that was the MacGuffin. Like it was supposed to, hey, pay attention to this, pay attention to this, and then here's this. So I get it, but yeah, no, I knew from the get-go.
All right. No, you're smarter than me.
No, this is like the one
I
time
before, but it's just hidden home. No, I loved it, just seeing them sort of fall off on their own little experiences. And also, I love the fact that Guillermo and her have a really deep emotional connect. Like, they're not connected between each other emotionally. Obviously, she's still very distant to him, but she appreciates that he is interested in her. But they have the exact same parallel experience of being downplayed and thrown to the side. Him for being a familiar and her for just not being in the crew and desperately wanting to be. And they both want to be a part of it, but neither are actually really a part of it.
Yeah.
And so I love their parallel journeys coming together for a brief moment in this. And then, of course, we see them all trapped in their own special ways. First of all, I love that human hunt. That was hilarious.
That was pretty
goddamn funny. Just a bunch of naked people running through the wilderness.
Yeah, it was like a slightly less scarring version of Rare Exports.
Well, yeah. And then him being like, as long as they don't get in a pack. And then come back.
Yeah, it's like, what a random fucking thing to say. Like, you're a vampire. And you're a warrior. Like, you shouldn't have to be concerned about a bunch of naked people running after you.
Yeah, you're relentless, remember.
Yeah, that shit was so funny. And then go, don't wait for me. Okay. Takes off and then gets caught in a fucking net. Oh, man.
It's like a fucking Ewok village. Like, that was so hilarious, the fucking net. I was just like, Star Wars. I know nets existed before Return of the Jedi, but for me, in my mind,
they really didn't.
I will always play with that. That was the greatest toy I ever had, was the Ewok village with the net. It was amazing. So I loved all of it, and then we realized that they all have been put in these like silver cages so they can't get out. And then the truth comes out, what we've been alluding to the entire season, and of course, I think it is the guide that straight up like spills the beans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Nandor is appropriately infuriated.
Well, okay, you're skipping over something that I want to touch on because I thought it was hilarious. Colin Robinson, how he got trapped. He wasn't even trapped. She's just like, whatever, fuck it, and hits the switch and he falls. Like, that was so fucking funny, especially if you hadn't caught on. Like, I wish I didn't understand what was going on the whole time, because to have that quick switch of, fuck it, whatever, I'm done. Because, like, even when Nadja fell through the boards, that could have been an accident. Yeah. And the guide was playing it up like, how did that happen? So
that was so
just, I wish I would have gone in not knowing and then saw that part, because it would have been so much funnier that way.
I mean, love Nadja's too, because they go up to this attic room and there's a scary shadow and the guide starts screaming on the inside. And Nadja's like, I'll just go now. Like,
I'm coming to help. Yeah. And then bolts.
Like, you literally saved Guillermo. Like, because you're a badass fighter bitch. Like, be a badass fighter bitch for the guide too. I wanted them to treat her like they treat Guillermo secretly, aside from all of the other vampires' sight. Because, I don't know, I like her. And she's helped them the entire series, like from the very beginning.
Literally been saving their asses the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's the R2-D2 of this whole show. Just not shown the respect that she actually deserves, except that she turned against them, which R2 would never have done.
Yeah.
Except for the sequel trilogy where he turned himself off for no reason. But other than that, I don't want to get into Star Wars.
Yeah,
sorry.
let's not talk about that.
We just got done with that.
That's still a sore subject.
It's an open wound. Yeah, so like ultimately we get back down to that basement area, and how do they trick him to open it? I'm trying to remember here. I watched this like on Friday, and it's still a little fuzzy here.
Yeah, same. Trick him to
Laszlo takes over the keys, allowing Guillermo to get ahead on the start of escape. Oh, so this documentary crew. I feel like we didn't watch this, but we actually did watch this.
Yeah. Well, it's that's the part where it gets fuzzy because.
Oh yeah, they trick her because they play that videotape. Talking about her, right. But really they were just doing that in order to get Colin to get the fuck out of their house. Yeah. But she thought it was, honest and straightforward, and so she let them all out. And of course, this is the first time that we see Guillermo actually turn into a bat, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Nandor gets out. He's going to kill him, and he flies off. And then we get credit roll, and we realize the truth about that video footage that she saw to let them out.
Yeah, man, that shit was so funny. But yeah, to find out that Nandor really is everything that everybody said he would be once the truth was out about Guillermo, that shit was so funny.
Yeah, which actually...
Like, if I let you out, will you be cool? No, I'm going to fucking kill you.
No, I will kill you. I got to be honest, I thought this was a great ending. I was upset about the next episode because I thought this was so great. So we'll get to that then.
I wasn't upset about it, but yeah, I had to go through my mental Rolodex before, of course, finding out that there was a 10th episode. I was like, wait, is this the finale? Because that would have been an excellent cliffhanger, to segue into the next season. Yeah. I'm glad they didn't do that, but.
And we even talked about that being the case too. So.
Yeah.
I'm pretty glad we got a resolution ultimately. But I really liked this episode. I thought it was a lot of fun. It played with that haunted house trope. It played with that mystery theater trope. I mean, everything about it was a lot of fun. Great sequences with the humans running and the sword fighting and the fucking falling through the stairs. I thought it was great.
This, for me, was the closest the series has come to the feeling of the movie. Like if you were to mix the movie with, oh my God, I'm trying to think. Is it Mask of the Red Death where there's the different Technicolor rooms?
Yeah. No. Okay. No. It was. Fuck. Now I don't know.
Shit.
It's a Vincent Price pick. Is it? Mask?
Yeah. It is the Mask.
I think it is Mask of the Red Death, yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure it is. But it's like if you were to mix the two of those together, that's what this episode was. So yeah, I fucking loved it.
Yeah, yeah. What was your favorite part?
Shit, that's a hard one because honestly, like just all the wacky things that trapped everybody, it was great. I guess just the idea of the guide finally getting these motherfuckers. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, I love that she finally exercised her independence, and she was like, I'm done trying to suck up. You guys are going to have to be at my mercy, and I'm going to put you in a goddamn cage for all of eternity.
Yeah. Which is funny because they could have got out, all of them. Because Colin Robinson, he's not allergic to silver.
Yeah.
And the rest of them could just turn into bats.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even think about bats. I actually called it out when Guillermo turned into a bat. I'm like, you didn't say bat. Like, say it. Like, that's what makes it so funny. Fucking Laszlo's always, bats! Human! It's amazing. I wish I could do that so I could scream it.
Absolutely.
I mean, my wife and I scream it anyway, but it's just for fun between us. Like, literally, we do. Yeah, my favorite part was definitely the guy getting her comeuppance. Like, being able to exercise her independence and stuff. Did you have a least favorite part of this episode?
No.
No, it was just fun.
Yeah, this was like... This was what we watched this show for.
Yeah. Anything else you want to cover?
Think we got it.
All right. Well, we're going to be doing the finale of this season next, so stay tuned. But as always, remember that evil spells backwards live, so get your asses out there and be evil.
Hell yeah.
Evil and stuff.
Like
yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't say that.
That's not what I sound like.